Welcome to the channel. My name is Matthias. Today we're going to talk about Abnett and Lanning's Guardians of the Galaxy, the beginning of their fantastic run on this series. So we're going to cover the first 3 issues of this run today, and we have Star-Lord. He's building up this preemptive strike force. They're dealing with all the chaos post-Annihilation Conquest when Ultron tried to take over the universe. He had fused together with Phalanx. In that story, Star-Lord had a very important role, sort of being the one responsible of getting the Phalanx to infect the Kree in the first place by accident. So during this crossover, we get a mini-series where Star-Lord is part of this team that's going on a suicide mission. And the team that we get in that mini-series is sort of like the foundation of the Guardians of the Galaxy that we're going to get in the series. So on that team, he had Rocket Raccoon, Mantis, and Groot. So Star-Lord's pretty familiar with working with these characters, so they're his first choices. Then he adds to the team Adam Warlock, who was reborn during the Annihilation Conquest story arc. It seems that we have a younger Adam Warlock in this series, and he uses magic instead of his cosmic powers. It's sort of weird to see Adam Warlock play second fiddle in this series because I have fond memories of the Infinity Watch series where he was the team leader to that one. That series too had a Guardians of the Galaxy type of vibe to it. Then we have Gamora join the team by petition of Nova. Then we have Drax, who's looking for this young girl. Her name is Cammy. They were like pals prior to the Annihilation story. Drax is searching for her, but this gets completely forgotten as the series goes on. Last but not least, we have Phyla-Vell, who's dealing with the death of her lover, Moondragon, who was killed by Ultron. So we have a really well-rounded team with a lot of potential. As this series progresses, the lineup is going to grow quite a bit to the point that we're going to have like an A team and a B team. So in the first issue, we have the Guardians of the Galaxy having to deal with the Universal Church. These villains are tied to Adam Warlock. They used to think that he was like their intergalactic messiah. They're going to play a very important role further down the line in the series because they're the ones trying to usher in the Cancerverse into the main Marvel universe. And even in this first issue, we sort of get a glimpse of that. So what happens is the Guardians are able to stop the Universal Church. So now our victorious team goes back to their base on Nowhere, which used to be called Sapiensal, I think. It's that floating celestial head that first popped up in the Nova series. And the really interesting thing about the scenario within Nowhere is that we have 2 superhero teams. So we have the Guardians of the Galaxy, and the other team is called the Luminals. And we sort of get that trope where we have one team always being a pain in the ass to the other. The Luminals are like Squadron Supreme. They never get it right, and they always take the wrong decisions. In the second issue, we have the return of Major Victory. I really love this character. He pops out of this weird time anomaly that's tied to a future story arc. He has lost his memory. He has no idea how he returned to the past. And we have something pretty interesting. We have 2 original Captain America shields in the present day Marvel Universe. So obviously he's going to join the team while he tries to regain his memories. While this is going down, we have Starhawk, who was also part of the future Guardians of the Galaxy, go into the past, trying to hunt down Major Victory and correct this temporal anomaly that has happened. And every time he's stopped, a new Starhawk is sent to the past, trying to fix the situation. Later on, we're going to discover that Starhawk is tied to Kang. He's the one trying to fix this temporal anomaly. And the weird thing is that in this series, he's not operating as a villain. He's actually trying to help the Guardians. Then we get the second confrontation against the Universal Church, where we discover that they're just pretty hell-bent on kidnapping people and forcing them to become followers because they feed off that energy. And the higher-ups in the Universal Church are sort of confused how Adam Warlock is back because they have a Adam Warlock cocoon in their possession, which further down the line, we're going to discover that it's someone else, has nothing to do with Adam Warlock. The reveal is pretty cool.